Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the very first episode of the Flow Lounge brought to you by Flow 360. Here we have honest conversations about menstrual health, reproductive wellness, and taking care of your bodies with confidence. Today we are talking about how to choose the right sanitary pad. Most women use pads every month, but do we really know what makes one pad better preferred over the other? Today I have with me three wonderful ladies in fact. So can you introduce yourself?
I'm Sheena. I'm a cosmetologist and a going back. I'm Keisha, a student.
I'm Rosetta, your flow midwife.
I am Mandy and I'll be your host for the episodes. So ladies, what influences your choice of pads?
I will be a typical Ghanaian. I will go for the price. For me, comfort is the biggest factor. Because during my periods, I already have enough to deal with. So I want a pad that feels soft, stays in place, and gives me confidence throughout the day.
Soft life, Benny.
Also go for a good absorbency because I don't keep worrying about leaks while I'm at school, work, or out with friends.
Okay.
So Keisha, you were saying strictly price, nothing else.
No,
It's just, enough. I'm having my flu. What else again?
So you're going for, if it's 50 pesos.
Oh, there's more.
You don't care what is in there.
Oh yeah. Mostly, okay, so here is the case where you're training and so you're having your flu. So normally call health benefits no. But some also me baby am the be me hu yi. Nti ho na ya adwene wo.
I see. Let's flow. Are we looking at the right things and answering? Yeah, I love it.
All right. So when it comes to choosing a quality pad or sanitary pad, most times I'll say that the onus or its independent decision. You know, because like she was saying, she is paying much attention to the price, but she is also looking for comfort. Well, as your flow midwife, I have my ABCs that one have to look out for when buying a sanitary pad or choosing a sanitary pad. And that is why I have the full sanitary pad here. So if we are looking at the ABCs, then the A is going for absorbency, where we are looking at your flow. How is it gonna be? Is it utu emoja bebre? And I say a lighter, and I say a honey hole. You know, so that is where we are looking at the A, that is the absorbency. And so if you are the type that is always having the heavy flow, then my advice is that you have to be sure of the quality of the sanitary pad, because where the sanitary pad doesn't have that ability to, contract or get you dry when you are using it, then it's not going to be the best. Those kind of things. And so we need to avoid that. And so that's where the A comes in. And then we look at the B. The B is looking at the breathability. So why must I choose a pad that's breathing? Breathability, therefore, I'm hoping you get it. But then if you don't go in for a pad that is breathable, and when we say breathable, look at the flow sanitary pad. So just look at this. There are some holes in the pad.
Mm-hmm.
That is something that is giving that spec of, okay, this is breathable. Look at the material, quality of the material. So with Flow 360 pad, you realize that this looks more like it will soothe the skin. Something that is cotton-like. It has to be cotton. So if you are choosing a pad and you don't get the vibe of cotton, that kind of, as a nylon, So the breathability, what it does is that whilst you are going on your daily activities, you have to make sure that at least, like I said, there's not going to be leakage. And then this pad like this, as we have here, is going to pat you dry. Already, don't forget that we have our hair, around the area. the genital area.
Yeah.
And so already it's going to cause some moist and all that sweat plays role there. And so when you have a pad that is going to absorb well, it is going to make sure that the place is always going to be patted dry to avoid moist. And so some of these infections and other things are going to be minimized. And so B is very important. That is breathability. And then we go to the C, where we are looking at comforts. Mommy comforts.
Yeah.
That is where you come. Very, very necessary. Soft life. Very, very necessary. So looking at the C, are you comfortable in your pad? Na walkable pad na unam na zo chinchim ho. Uko kakra na, you know. Yes, watch out kakra. Me pa jo yem pesa de ndu ha. And you know, when you are choosing a pad, you really have to look out for a pad that is going to give you that soft life thing, comfort, you know,
Confidence.
confidence. That's the word.
Yeah.
So if you are choosing confidence, look at this. Ewa. Nti mami, enye ni jibu ne ngwa. You have to look out for all of these things.
Yeah.
So the ABCs. Then you look at the size.
Yeah.
So when I say C's, that's the apostrophe S. Now let's pay attention to the size. Now if you are looking at the size, just look at this. Isn't it beautiful?
Extra long.
Extra long.
Yeah.
For my thick base.
You know, we have some of us who are thick.
Yeah.
And then we have the slim things, chumlanga, you know. So when you have people who are very tough, you know, now the men, they want it thick and this thing. So you have a thick lady. Now, thick lady, wapa shorts, party, beer. That's not what we are looking out for. So you have to pay attention to the size also. As well, as much as you are paying attention to the size, you pay attention to how this is going to stick on your panty.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
So it is very, very important. The adhesion is also very important. So that's the ABCs. In choosing a pad, a quality pad, look out for the ABCs.
So, looking up at the Shila, this time, no cheap pads. But let me ask you, we are talking about cheap pads. Have you had any experience, any bad experience with you gallivanting around looking for poor quality or cheap pads?
Okay, so going for the cheap parts is someone making something affordable. Most of the times is the invention is not 100% or the health benefit is not 100%. So after using our cheap parts, we have issues.
Tell me more.
Now the who's a pompo. I say,
Okay,
you
so
know,
what's the experience? Because it seems like you what's also on your life.
Oh yes. You see, men's is quite swanshe.
Yeah.
Obiaba ne yakoto bi ne yasare. Obiaba ne yakoto bi ne yasare. E to da we see counts. So the person so ya no akwakoto na wo dey your. But here's the case where after you're done with your flow, there are issues. Which I'm a lady, I go through some. I deal with ladies. They will come to you, they will tell you. So, it means you have to go through process of getting your feminine hygiene back on track again. Every month it happens.
But I want you to, so what exactly happens? Like, I want you to go into detail.
Okay, so
what are some of the things?
One, it's affordable, but it's not cotton. So it means you say the friction with your pubic hair, it makes you're all bruised up after you're done. 2, you have rashes here and there. 3, you have you're not smelling good after you're done.
Thank you.
So it's quite not comfortable. So far.
Yes, it kind of something.
And you be proud, no, but this is kind of proud.
You see, you're spending money on cheap
Oh,
pads.
yes.
We are not a physical park or sound.
Because we are still not getting, no one is introducing us to a good quality.
Okay.
Yes. So here is the case where we are introducing anything to us to give us the benefit that we are looking for. So yeah, for some years, so if something is on the market that's giving us good price, at the same time giving us good hygiene, why not?
Comfort. Any experiences?
Say you're too uncomfortable.
My
Say love life.
I had a few, but I would rather invest in a pad that keeps me comfortable and protected than to choose one that is cheap and unreliable. Simple.
Prefer.
Cynthia, come on.
Cynthia.
So at the end of the day, it's about, like Nesflo is saying, absorbency, breathability, comfort, and size. For me personally, me period in do kakra. You know, anything that is long, give me long and I'm with you. And I think Flow 360 has given us that.
Yes.
Long,
Very long.
breathable, and the name the cry is the mint. You talked about the smell. It can smell bad. It really can smell bad, especially when you're on the move and all of that. But at least mint in the employment, you feel fresh and all of that.
So I'm quite impressed with the size because I have thick friends. They have to buy what's on the market. There, you can have like 3 on the road just to fit her.
Oh, we have to also go for a diaper. Now we are competing on diaper with kids because of heavy flow or because what's on the market is small, like my palm. So
that is where Flow 360.
I like what's here.
So
I like Flow 360.
So I think for today's episode, we are all going to agree that when you're choosing a pad, the ABCs, absorbency, breathability, comfort/confidence, the part that will make you go and not tell some no, we don't do that here. Comfort/confidence and the size, long enough to leave you protected all day long. I think say you know, in basic hand of saying, Nesflo, do you have any final words for us before we sign off?
Okay. So we've said a lot here, and I will encourage our viewers that when you are going out on the markets for a quality pad, always remember the ABCs we've talked about, and always make sure that apart from getting the ABCs well or getting your guard on the quality pad like Flow 360, always don't be like Shanji. Is the name right?
Sheena.
Okay, Sheena. But go for, quality.
Yeah.
Always go for quality.
I've changed my mind from today. I'm going for quality.
Yes, she's going for quality.
Better. We don't do cheap stuff here. Soft like being cheap. So.
No, but then we should also make our viewers understand that if we say we are not going for cheap, we are not saying that the brand Flow 360 is expensive or too much that you cannot purchase. It's very, very affordable. Very, very affordable and reliable. Very affordable. Quality.
Yeah.
So it will give you the value for your money.
Yesterday, I was at a shopping center. I was checking through because there's so many there. So we have to get. But looking at the price Flow is selling and looking at what's there, I think it's very reasonable.
Yeah.
Very, very reasonable.
Very reasonable.
Yes.
Because if I'm buying and I'll be using like 3, then I'll change myself like 3 times a day. Then it means it's quite
almost
expensive.
one pack gone.
But if I'm buying Flow, it's quite long.
Yeah.
And with all the benefit you guys are saying, I'll go for Flow.
So switch to Flow. Switch to Flow and Flow with confidence. Exactly. So thank you for joining us for today's episode. We'll see you another time. Until then, Flow Lounge. Let's up flow. Bye-bye. Love it.
Feel confident. Flow 360 puts you in the present.